Hello, hey, welcome back. Happy Martin Luther King Day tomorrow. You remember a while back, about in June of last year, there was a stabbing happening down in Texas. The victim was Austin Metcalf, and the perpetrator was Commander Anthony. Well, there's a major update in his case. He's supposed to be trial June or something of the 26th of this year. April or June of this year, one or two. I forgot what year he was in trial for. But there's major updates regarding his case and everything. So let's go ahead and get into the video, shall we? Enjoy.
Of this case so far, like 90% of what you've seen online, documents, data, anything, originated from her. Then I'll explain exactly what this means for Carmelo, and trust me, it's not good at all. For him, I'll explain everything. Let's get started.
I was going to originally just post the documents with a quick announcement. However, I have now added a third person to my defamation lawsuit. It's a pretty big deal, and I need to explain to you all what's going on. For months now, I have been targeted, harassed, and smeared and lied about by Tiffany Billions and her associates. Tiffany Billions is the advocate for the Anthony family, and Carmelo Anthony is the 17-year-old who is now 18, who allegedly stabbed Austin Metcalf in the heart on April 2nd at Frisco ISD. I reported on the Anthony case from day one. I provided context that was not given by the mainstream media. Documents from the court via open records, subpoenas, emails, and information about their first advocate, Dominique Alexander. My exposure and my reporting reached millions, including my advocacy for the children who were placed in danger, who were witnesses on the arrest report, who were being doxxed by these advocates and their associates. And it was my honor to assist the parents with making sure that a protective and gag order was put into place. Because of my reporting and the attention that it received, I was first targeted by Dominique. Then I was targeted much more aggressively by Tiffany Billions, the next advocate. The smear campaigns, the petitions, and the lies were never ending. They accused me of being a meth addict, a drug I have never touched in my life. They accused me of being a prostitute, and they accused me of receiving leaked documents illegally, unethically, from a county clerk. So much so that they targeted her and her office until she was subsequently and unfairly fired. The clerk never sent me anything, and this will be made clear in discovery. They have also used an individual by the name of Charleston White, who has also targeted me and repeated these lies on his podcast that reached thousands of people. I was labeled a bigot and a racist, and my integrity as a journalist was attacked. I was also personally attacked by Tiffany. She doxed my home, she doxed me, she doxed my children, and threatened them, saying that they were going to pay if I kept talking. She also accused me of being complicit in my daughter being sexually molested, telling people that my daughter was abused and that I allowed it to happen. This is a sick lie and an attack on me and my family. Since I first announced my lawsuit, and as time progressed, loose lips have revealed that Drew Anthony was in direct contact with Tiffany Billions, aka Tiffany McAdoo, and Charleston White, per their own admission. Drew has repeatedly been told to separate himself from these people, especially Tiffany, who has spent week by week disparaging me and my family, as well as saying horrific things about the Metcalf family. She has called Austin worm food and has said that his brother should be buried with him. Drew has refused and instead has admitted to working with her and, quote, said, "That woman is a beast at putting things on other people." Tiffany also submitted a legal document to the courts claiming that she indeed is the spokesperson for the Anthony family. She also admitted just the other day to being picked by Drew to be their advocate. So it is clear that Drew Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's father, has participated in a smear campaign against me, a reporter and a mother just doing her job. My life has been threatened multiple times. Someone attempted to swat me. CPS has been at my door. I was aggressively threatened by a man who is now sitting in the county jail here for cyber stalking me. And one of the worst parts is that all of this happened and is continuing to happen now, but a lot of this happened while I was pregnant with my fourth child. And then my child was born into an extremely stressful situation. We had to make sure that we hid information when I went into labor. I could not even announce it on social media. I could not celebrate like any mother would want to because of these dangerous people and what they were doing to me. We had to lock down my hospital room, and only certain people could know that I was there. I was giving birth when CPS came to my door and questioned my teenager about my 6-year-old son, all because of defamatory petitions put out by Tiffany Billions and her people. The amount of anxiety and mental trauma this has caused on me and my family has greatly affected us, and it's not going to stand. This is why I am suing Tiffany Billions, Charleston White, and Drew Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's father, for their involvement in targeting me, placing my family in danger, and spreading false information. I am finally announcing now because we were just approved for alternative service. Tiffany Billions has been doing everything possible to avoid being served. We have attempted to serve her 6 times. She has even made veiled, violent threats towards process servers. Due to the publicity of his son's case, Drew Anthony has moved to an undisclosed location, making it difficult to serve him. So today, we got approval from the court to serve both defendants through a Rule 106 alternative service method. I greatly appreciate your support. I stand with the truth. I stand by all of my reporting. I will not quit, and I stand firmly with the Metcalf family. Thank you.
And if that doesn't make you feel good enough, I got some news for you. Within the last 24 hours, not even, both Drew Anthony, Carmelo Anthony's father, who's really behind all of this crap, and Tiffany McAdoo, aka Tiffany Billions. Billions of what? Not dollars. Billions of lies, threats you've put on the internet. They have both been served via social media with this lawsuit. And so whatever money Drew Anthony had and his family was able to scam out of all these evil, racist, hateful supporters who were cheering on his son Carmelo, yeah, way to murder that white guy. Way to murder and stab that white, innocent student to death. Good job. Here's some money. Thanks for donating, y'all. It's all gonna go to this woman. Because you can't get online and accuse somebody of committing crimes that they didn't commit. You're gonna lose this lawsuit. And just to have a toe in the water, just to have a leg in the race of even competing to some degree in this lawsuit against Sarah Fields, you got to spend money. They're gonna lose a lot of money. If they even have the money to take this thing all the way, which I don't think they do, but if they do, good. All your money's gonna get drained. All these donations and finances are gonna get drained, and you know what that means for poor little Carmelo? When he gets found guilty of murder, which that's taking place June 1st, his trial begins June 1st of this year. So you got just a few more months there, buddy. You better start doing some push-ups. You better start eating some bread and packing some pounds on, brother. I don't know. Because you're doomed. Because right now we know there are at least 2 gangs, bare minimum, 2 prominent, powerful gangs in the Texas state prison system who have already come out and declared they want Carmelo Anthony. They want him. Not in a good way. They don't want to give him a pat on the back and a little noogie on the head. They want him bad. You have the white supremacist gang who Drew Anthony's former spokesperson decided it was a good idea to publicly on the news declare war against this very, very powerful, violent, deadly white supremacist prison gang. They're declaring war against them. And so they're like, Okay. Send your little 18-year-old doofus in here. We'd love to see him. If that's what you want to do, okay. Come on, send him in here. We'll be with him shortly. Idiots. It's like they want their son to get hurt. On top of that, you have the Vice Lords, who are also very prominent, dangerous, and powerful Vice Lords. That's a gang not only in the prison system of Texas, but in the streets of Texas. Carmelo Anthony has been caught in a photo pretending to be a member of the Vice Lords by throwing up their gang sign, holding a gun. That's the infamous picture of him holding up a AK-47, whether it's real or a BB gun, who cares? He's holding this up because he wants anyone viewing this photo to believe it's real, whether it's real or fake, whatever. He wants you to think it's real. I'm dangerous. I got a dangerous gun, and I'm throwing up a gang sign. And what gang sign does he throw up? The gang sign of the Vice Lords. The Vice Lords are pissed. And they've come out and said this as well. They're pissed and they're waiting on him too. You can't pretend to be a part of our gang. You hadn't gone through the initiation. You don't even know any of us. You're from the suburbs of Texas. You're a privileged little fella on the football team. You're not a gangster, but you're about to go into a world of gangsters where gangsters call the shots and they rule the realm. And you pretended to be one of us, and that's a big no-no. Because they care about their brand, their gang, their name, their image as gangsters and what they stand for, and the name Vice Lords. They care. Whether you think it's silly and pointless, I think it is too. Yeah, who cares? It's a gang. You're proud to be a... I'm sure you'll go far in life. Yeah, we get that. They're in prison, most of them for 20, 30 years, if not the rest of their life. They don't care they don't care about being productive members. All they care about is this gang and prison reputation and being tough and being dangerous and deadly. And you're going to come in here, you were pretending to be a part of us, and now it's like made the news and it's circulated on social media that you were pretending to be one of us. They're going to get them. The only way out of that, I've said many times, the only way out of that danger from at least, that's bare minimum, these two gangs. These are just the two gangs that have come out and said, specifically, we're going to get them if we see them. Who knows who else is just lurking and just they haven't said anything. The only way out of that is if you got enough money to pay your way out of that. Which I will say, as much as I've just hyped up, what all these gangs will do to him for what reasons, oh, it's crazy. I will also tell you, just as truthfully, if you got enough money, I don't care what you could stomp their foot and spit in their eye and slap their grandma. If you got enough money, they'll let it go, and you're good. You're not gonna have any money anymore. I mean, not to mention what they wasted away on cars and a new house and just balling out, whatever it is. Anthony's spent all this GoFundMe and GiveSendGo fundraiser money on. Whatever they might have left. And then you got to factor in the lawyer. That ain't going to be cheap. They will get bled dry financially if they even try to put up a fight against this lawsuit. And so they're either going to and lose all their money, or they're not going to and you're still going to lose the lawsuit because you are, at the end of the day, you're in the wrong. So you're going to lose all your money. And assets, maybe. So you will have nothing to give to Carmelo to pay protection to the gangs that have already declared, hey, we can't wait for him to get here because we're going to get him. He's doomed. And that's the bottom line. And I'm glad. I love to see it. Because there has been no sympathy, empathy, regret, remorse, nothing, accountability, anything from this entire family and anyone who works with this family from the beginning, from day one. And they've actually gone out of their way to harass and attempt to get the victim, Austin Metcalf, they've attempted to get his family killed by swatting them. And we all know, I mean, just Google it. I mean, like, the main point of swatting someone is to hope that because they're not expecting it and you made up a lie, oh, this person's got someone held hostage, go get them. They send the SWAT team to their house. They go, they're like, come out with your hands up. And like, they're confused because they're probably just sitting on the couch eating popcorn, watching a Netflix documentary, and they're like, wait, what? And you're hoping they just get shot. So it's attempted murder, really. And we all know this. The reason people swat people online is because they're hoping they'll get shot amidst all the confusion. So you've attempted to kill everyone in this family who's still alive based off your own hate, evilness, and racism. So why should we have any empathy for Carmelo when he goes in here and, boy, let me tell you, that young man can't even grow a hair on his chin. Do you know what these old-time gangster, dangerous, deadly convicts who are never going to see the light of day again, you know what they're going to do to him? Carmelo, if I was you, I would start actively making myself grotesque and ugly. I would be shaving my eyebrows. I would like pull a couple teeth, make myself snaggletooth. I would, shave a line down the middle of my head. Like, I want to look like a freak. Like, nobody even wants to touch me or get near me. Because, dude, anyways, that's the update I got for you. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and let me know how warm your heart is to know that this family is finally getting the karma and the justice they deserve for what they have done, not only to this innocent young man, high school football player, A and B student, but also what they have done to his grieving family. Until then, I'll see you next time.